Welcome to the Fun Astrology Podcast for Hump Day, November 2nd. Thomas Miller, thanks for joining us. We're going to tackle that listener question today. But first of all, let's talk about what's above our heads in the sky. We have the moon moving into Pisces this afternoon after a 7.5-hour void of course today that begins at 7:08 a.m. Eastern Time this morning, and then moves into Pisces at 2:45. You know what we do on days like this? Dear boss, sorry, anything we do today is not going to work. You know, I'm thinking about the Federal Reserve meeting this afternoon that is going to dictate the next move in interest rates and the financial markets. People are saying if they don't raise 0.75 of a point, the market might just blow the roof off of the house. Well, we'll see, but I'm betting one thing about this new Piscean moon that won't even, actually it will be void of course when the Fed makes their announcement, but sitting right there on the cusp of Pisces, I think the Fed will leave us confused. And I don't think that whatever they do will do what it was intended. But that is a fun one that we can tuck away and come back and revisit. The other thing we talked about yesterday mostly, but that exact aspect between Venus conjoining the south node of the moon in Scorpio happens at 8:34 p.m. this evening. That is, as always, Eastern Time. If you didn't catch yesterday, we elaborated on that aspect quite a bit, so I'll refer you back to that episode. Now, I wanted to clear the space for this young listener up in Canada who has a question about getting a reading. I love this story, and the question I want to tell is just so perfectly fits this. This came to me last week, and of course we were on hiatus for the second half of the week while our group was here in North Carolina, and that's when this came in, and that was when the birthday was. But let's all listen to this and see how you would answer this question.
Hi Thomas, this is Vay from Ontario, Canada. Been a fan for about 3 years now, and feel like I'm always learning and growing with this group. I do have a little kind of urgent question. I'm looking to get a solar return reading because tomorrow, October 27th, is my 20th birthday, and I feel very lost with everything. I've been looking at the reading options that you have here, and they all seem really good. I'm just not too sure which one I should get for just advice, ultimately. I've been looking at my own charts, and I feel like I'm getting more and more lost into all of the little placements, and things are getting more messy every day. So, anyways, I hope to meet you someday. Have a good day, and stay healthy, stay cool, stay fun.
You guys, 20 years old, that just so touches my heart. And this person has the whole rest of their life to live powerfully when she starts to understand the chart. Now, first of all, let's address the confusion, the disorientation, the fog. Where would you say that comes from? If you were thinking Mars in Gemini, that's part of it. And then obviously Neptune in Pisces in retrograde is another part. And then, of course, she does need to understand where those are in her chart and be able to understand the implications and the aspects of those things. But that's definitely part of all of this right now. When I cast my own solar return chart on Sunday, there was Mars in Gemini, and thank goodness it had not gone retrograde yet. It was right there. But it's more powerful, it's more amplified, and it was in the 10th house. I'm going to get to experience this all year. And I've noticed and observed in my own life that conflict, that duality, that pull, that tension has been amplified this week. It's shown up several places already, and we're only, 3-4 days in. Thank goodness for astrology, because this is going to be a lesson that I'm going to get to bake into my life for the whole next year. And I'm going to roll my sleeves up like I've done with so many other areas, and I'm going to get busy, and by this time next year, it will be mastered, or at least a lot of work will be done on it. We'll see how deep the hole is. Now, the other piece of this, so she's going to the website. Here are 3 astrologers under the Readings tab of the Fun Astrology website: Robert Glasscock, And I'll even complicate it more. I might start doing readings here soon. I'm trying to clear some space in my calendar. The universe has been making this very loud and clear. So what do you do when you see all these options and you don't know which one to choose? This takes me back over a dozen years ago, I'm sure, to a metaphysical bookstore in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. I had gone in with a hood over my head. No, seriously, looking around up at the corners to see if the cameras were capturing me being in there. I mean, this was the first time I had ever gone into a metaphysical bookstore. And I had asked the wonderful proprietor, Josie, of the store there in Eureka Springs, if she would help me pick a deck of cards. She had several options there. I had no idea what they were. She said, just spend time with the cards. Feel their energy, feel around them, touch them, hold them. One of the decks, she said, will call to you. Well, I did exactly as she said, and one deck stood out, and I proudly took it over to the cash register. I said, this one. And she was enjoying the moment with me. Well, do you know that I took that deck back to my little Airbnb in Eureka Springs, got on the bed, initiated the deck exactly the way that it said in the instruction book, and then I proceeded to shuffle, cut, reorganize that deck, and pull exactly the same card 4 times in a row. Do you not think I was shuffle, cut. I mean, by the 3rd and 4th time, I'm like, this cannot be happening. This is not happening. And it did. It was the solar plexus card. And it said, it's time to step into your power, and the angels are there to help you. I'll never forget that. Still touches my heart to this day. And here we are. So, Vay, what I would say is you do the same. Sit with each name. Look at the options, but not with your head. Because as we all read our astrology charts, as we all dive into this craft, we come to a space where it helps us bridge between our heart and our soul, between our head especially and our soul. So yes, you look at the chart and you're trying to figure out all the different positions and the aspects and everything, and there's so much to put together. But what we really need to do is to release the head and feel the chart. Feel into the interpretation. Feel what it's trying to tell you below the surface. So we don't come to it so academically. We come to it with our soul. And that's how you read an astrology chart. And when you do this and you pick the right reader, that is the best birthday present you'll ever give yourself. And I am thrilled for the decades ahead of you where you will be able to live this out. Thank you so much. And from all of us, everybody listening is waving at you right now, saying happy solar return. Happy birthday. Thank you for that great message. Make the best of it.